My name's Orion Breen. I'm with Our Exchange Portland. I'd like to thank the USM Sociology Student Association for having us get here today. I picked up a book recently by Aristotle called Ethics because I thought I should probably read some Aristotle. Everybody's talking about him, right? But I think he came out with a new album recently. But he said that the end goal of all science and knowledge should be the human good. I think sociology really fits into that. He argued that politics was the greatest science because it was the most effective. But I would argue that sociology is right up there because it's all about studying human relationships, and studies after studies show that human relationships are the key to happiness, and that's what we want out of life, the human good. And so this is a talk about empowering economics, and economics should fit into that same thing that Aristotle was talking about, of it should be for the human good. We supposedly are the richest country in the world, and we supposedly use up more resources than the people of any other country. But every time I turn on the news and I read the newspaper and you listen to a politician, all I hear is, we can't afford to educate our children. We can't afford to care for our elders. We can't afford to give medicine to the sick or feed the hungry or give shelter to the homeless. We can't afford to have clean air or clean water. In short, that we can't afford to have everything that we can't afford not to have, which doesn't really make sense. A lot of people think, the problem is that we don't have enough money. If we just had more money, that would solve all these problems. I'm here to tell you that's not true. Part of the reason we have a recession and this economic collapse, the root cause of it is how we use our money. Einstein said, to paraphrase, that you aren't going to solve the problem with the same thinking that created the mess in the first place. So thinking differently. When I first got involved in Our Exchange Portland, I found out that everything I thought I knew about the economy was wrong or a half-truth. Because when most people talk about the economy, they're talking about half of the economy. There's the market economy that most people are talking about, but economists also have another name for the other half of the economy, which is the non-market economy. If you think of it like books, you have fiction and you have nonfiction. And one is fantasy and one is based on reality. A nonfiction economy or real economy, or non-market economy as the economists call it, doesn't do much. All it does is it raises healthy children, it cares for the elderly, it makes safe neighborhoods, it makes democracy work. None of the things that's measured by the GDP, so it must not be important. So Our Exchange Portland is a complementary currency, we call it, because money can be good when it's moving wisely throughout the community. But money, the way we use money has certain side effects, and money has evolved over time. It started off with scrip, and it represented grain that was in a silo, and then we went on a gold standard, and then we went on fiat paper currency, and then we went to digital, where you can transfer money anywhere in the world with a click of a button. But these certain side effects of putting this market economy above all else, when really the market economy was created to help that non-market economy and serve that non-market economy so that your kids can get educated and resources can flow and elders can be cared for. Not the other way around, where we're the servant of money and money isn't the servant of us. So Our Exchange Portland is this idea that the most valuable community assets we have are people. The idea that, hey, what if I could mow an elderly woman's lawn and I could get a massage? What if I could help somebody in the garden and in exchange someone could help build me a website? Or what if I could get a ticket to the show and I could help somebody paint their living room? And this is all happening in Our Exchange Portland. Everybody's time is equal here. You mow a lawn or you are a babysitter, your time is the same as a doctor or a lawyer. And it's about reciprocity. And reciprocity is this idea, if you do something good for somebody else, it creates a good beyond just that one exchange between two people. It creates a good in the community. And they found that if you have a positive exchange, you are more likely, both the provider and receiver, to keep doing positive things. And if you have a negative exchange, unfortunately, the negativity perpetuates itself. I kind of think of John Lennon, and and he said, you know, everybody's obsessed with this thing of what's wrong with the world, and there's this war in the world, and how do you fight this war in the world? And do you fight it by getting angry about it and creating this cycle of negativity and feeding into it? Or do you fight it by creating something positive and putting your time and your energy into something positive? So Our Exchange Portland is one of those things that you can put your time and your energy into that's positive. And worker-owned cooperatives are this positive force of democracy, of equality, of reciprocity, of respect, of redefining work, of redefining value, of what is valuable in our communities. I want to thank you all for coming here today and being interested in learning more about both worker-owned cooperatives and Our Exchange Portland. And you can sign up. You can go to our website, www.ourexchangeportland.org, HOUR, exchangeportland.org. Check out local sprouts, cooperative.com. Let's open this to Q&A. Do you have any questions for us? Do we have questions for you? I would say we have lots of questions for you. What kind of community do you want? So thank you so much for coming. Thank you all so much.